Hi Gemini Moon, welcome back to Naturally Lit. I mean, hopefully you won't click out of this video too fast because I know that your attention span is about this short. But I am going to tell you about your moon sign. Of course, if you don't have your full natal chart, go to astro.com or any other astrology site, put in your birth information, birth date, location, birth time is really, really important because the rising sign does really matter. All of it matters because you are so unique and different and versatile, right? Moon and Gemini out 10. So you guys need to know that and know your placements. And this is the general idea of Moon and Gemini. Now, the moon is ruled by Cancer, okay? It's our relationship with our mother figure, whoever holds the most feminine energy when we were raised around us, because the womb represents our nourishing, okay? Or our malnourishment. It represents the way that we see our emotional space, where we come from inside, where we're coming from. Mars is the fuel that we need to get there. The sun is how we express it. The Mercury obviously is the form in which we express it, but the sun is how we generally express it, you know. And the midheaven is how the world sees it, and your rising is basically how the people in your neighborhood see it, you know, things like that. People who are meeting you see it. People on the internet maybe even would be seeing your rising sign. So with that being said, because you know Geminis love facts, Gemini is ruled by masculine and feminine energy. It's an air sign, okay? This makes it mutable. It means it can go wherever it wants to go. It can start things, it can end things, it can do a little bit of work, but then it's gonna keep moving on, okay? Because Gemini is Mercury's planet. Mercury is the fastest moving planet. It's moving so quickly. It's just gathering facts. I always try to explain it like, I just feel like Gemini, the facts are all here. You ever wonder where your ideas come from? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you ever wonder where your dreams and ideas come from? And when you sit there and then somebody says something at the same time you're saying it and you're just like, what the fuck? How is this happening? How are we so like, oh, are we in tune? Or are we just all thinking the same thoughts? And how can 6 people in the world have the same idea for a very specific car or sneaker or something like that, you know? But there's obviously only a few go-getters out there. And this is what's interesting about Gemini, okay? Gemini, and I have this on my 12th house, all right? And so that's why I really resonate with this energy really deeply, because it's about gathering facts. It's just about gathering facts for facts' sake, period. Like, it's not about having any type of emotional attachment to it. It's not about having any kind of real judgment on it. It's just, hey, this is what's out here and I'm just bringing this to you to deliver it to you. Think about Greek mythology, what's his name? The messenger god. I forgot his name. You guys tell me in the comments, but the messenger god, he just drops off messages, okay? Is it Achilles? I think it's Achilles. He just drops off messages, like boom. So Gemini is air, okay? It's also masculine, feminine. So this is why Geminis get a rep for being, you know, fickle and two-faced, and you can't pin them down because they're not pin downable, like, at all. And now if we have our moon coming here, so the moon is our relationship, like I said, with our mother. So you might have seen your mother as erratic, witty, you know, super talkative, super gregarious, just maybe she was on joke time all the time, you know what I'm saying? Always just saying a lot of stuff. Or your mother could have been a gossip queen, you know, or just a person that was about facts and intelligence and things like that. She wasn't very emotional, even though she might have expressed herself, because Gemini moons are very animated. She was a very probably animated person. Expression is not the issue. The emotion is the main thing that Geminis are really trying to understand, okay? They understand because they are under it. They're under it or above it, but they're not in their feelings. You know, how can air and water really mix? Air and water make what? Like a tsunami, right? Or I'm thinking like a tornado or something like that. It makes this chaotic type of energy, and this is why Gemini rules the hands. It rules the hands. It rules duality. It rules flexibility, versatility. So now you have the moon there. This can make that person feel really restless, like can never stop thinking, even overthinking your emotion, like just picking things apart and picking up information from different places and taking other pieces of information and really internalizing it and acting as if it's their own, or acting as acting as if that quote unquote thing that they have deemed now a fact holds any real weight over their life. So Geminis are flighty because they don't want to hold on to the emotion, because they've never understood really how to process or how to nourish a feeling fully, other than to express it and talk about it. You know, most Gemini moons don't sit quietly and not say anything unless there's some real crazy stuff going on in your chart. Most Gemini moons don't have a problem expressing themselves. It's just, what am I expressing? Like, what am I talking about? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of confusion. There's a lot of ideas around it, a lot of intellectualization around it, a lot of rationalization around their emotions. Like, my emotions have to kind of make some kind of sense. Like, my emotion has to be based on fact. It's a lot of that in Moon and Gemini, you know, and that could be really hard to deal with, because the thing is, Moon and Gemini has to remember that, first of all, perspective and fact are always shifting and always moving from person to person, from day to day, because the moon moves every 2.5 days. So the thing that they were, you know, fest on Monday, by Friday, they took and changed their entire mind about that shit. They're like, nah, man, I don't rock with that. And that's what makes them seem fickle. That's what makes them seem like they're, quote unquote, not reliable. But this, you have to understand, this means, one, they're really, really in tune with the idea of versatility, of being adaptable, of being able to be everywhere at once. This kind of person knows loads of people, you know what I'm saying? Their networks are crazy. Like, they know all kinds of people. And the thing is that they're not necessarily scared of people's emotions, you know? They just don't they don't feel it themselves. They'd rather gather other people's kind of pain or happiness or joy or melancholy or greed or whatever emotion that they're going through, and they like to sit there and they like to think about it, and they might like to journal about it, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, some people in life learn through hearing, some people learn through seeing, some people learn through reading, and Moon and Gemini people learn through reading. They read between the lines a lot, and when the emotion comes, that's what can mess them up sometimes, because, you know, emotions are not explainable. Gemini Moon, they're not explainable, they're not rational, they're not intelligent. Emotions just don't make people or places, you know, they don't make people do intelligent things. They don't. But at the same time, that unintelligence has led us to miraculous things in life. You know, love has made a woman lift a car off her baby. You know, that's not rational or intellectual, but that is miraculous. You know what I'm saying? And that is human, and that is spirit, and that is energy at its purest form. And instead of trying to make everything have a little space, like, okay, I'm sad, so I'm gonna put that on Monday, and then I'm happy, I'm gonna put that in Wednesday. On Tuesday, I'm probably gonna be confused on Tuesday, and then on Thursday, I'm probably gonna be a little bit more stable on Thursday. I know what I'm gonna do on Thursday, and Friday, well, I'm gonna get my check, and then I'm gonna go out and party. So it's like all these different things going on, you know. There's a need to always be stimulated with Moon and Gemini. There's a need for things to always be going on. And so this is when, because remember, the moon attracts things. The moon is receptive. It attracts things. This is why you can attract a lot of fucking drama. You can attract a lot of people talking and gossiping, and like your name being thrown out in a lot of places, you know what I'm saying, in a lot of situations, because your low vibrational energy is erratic and confused, and just you know, you're all over the place. But a high vibrational Gemini moon is going to see the fact for what it is, and understand that fact can be separate from emotion, and emotion can be separate from actions, and all those things can be together, but they can all be separate, because there's a lot of people out here saying what they do and not doing it, and doing what they say and not doing it, and doing what they say and doing it, and doing what they say and not doing it. You know what I'm saying? Only a Gemini moon knows what I'm talking about right now, because I have to talk fast like them. But Gemini moons are witty, they're talkative, they're conversationalists, you know what I'm saying? They're amazing communicators. They just know how to grasp people. But I think what would make them more grounded, because it's hard to ground air. It's very difficult to ground that and to make that real. That's why they probably write a lot or sing a lot, you know, spoken word, things like that. But what would help a Gemini moon is to stop trying to rationalize everything and understand that life isn't rational. I mean, shit, we were a little sperm, and now I'm here talking to you on the internet, you know? Like, yeah, you could put science behind that as much as you want, but that's still not rational. Like, there's nothing rational about me sitting here talking, and why my voice sounds this way, and why I'm this height, and you know what I'm saying? There's mysticism. And that's why, Gemini, you have to look to your opposite side, Sagittarius, and turn that intellect and stretch it into wisdom. because wisdom is something you can stand on. Facts are fleeting. Wisdom, you can stand yourself on. You can ground yourself on that. So that's when a moon in Gemini, moon in Gemini is going to be more highly evolved when they see the wisdom behind what people are trying to create in their life. You know what I'm saying? And it's not something you have to agree with. And moon in Gemini, they're not the type of people that really care about that, but they will hold you to your word because they're like mental dictionaries, okay? They will remember every single motherfucker word you said, all right? They will pull out the receipts. Moon and Gemini will pull out the receipts. They will pull out this, especially if you have it at 8th house, Lord, don't mess with them because they will pull out all your secrets, honey, all your secrets. 12th house, 8th house, 4th house, they talking about your family now, okay? So that's my moon in Gemini. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.